What's going on, everyone? It's Hubert Zemlewski here, and today I'm here to talk to you about my work placement experience, which was at Noka Studio, which is a UI and UX agency run by my brother, located in southeast London, Crystal Palace. So, for the first few weeks of my placement, that mainly involved me reading quite a lot of articles, watching quite a lot of videos on YouTube and Skillshare. And whilst watching these videos and whilst reading these articles, what I decided to do was to take down quite a lot of notes. And when I say quite a lot of notes, I think I ended up with like 13 pages of paper. So rather than having these pages in my bag, which could mean that they could rip or they could scrunch up, what I decided to do was to create myself these 5 PDFs, which I can view when I want, wherever I want. So that's the plus side of having it on a PDF. And I can show you this one, which is about the fundamentals of UI and UX design. This is practically the format of all of my presentations. So you have like a topic, a few sections with quite a lot of bullet points, some visuals, just to help me remember things because like I'm good with visuals and stuff. So yeah, visual hierarchy. Hierarchy can be conveyed through color, font, size. Just summarizing all of the information so um, it's much more easier to digest and stuff like that. I can show you one more. Let's start with getting started with UI and UX app design. So here we have some of the design tools. Once again, same format, same amount of visuals, same amount of information, and yeah, this was my way of summarizing all of the information I learned from all of the articles and all of the videos. So once I'd finished creating all of my presentations and stuff, that's when I got introduced to the topic of wireframing. Wireframing was something which I knew, but like I never really used it. However, once I started to work alongside my brother, that's when I wireframed literally every project that I did. This one's about Scandinavian workspaces. It shows you 4 different types of layouts and which one would work best. This is for the Ford Companion app, shows you where things would be on the screen and the user journey. This was for the Reminder app I did, which lasted 2 weeks, so there's much more detail in these wireframes. Shows you the user journey plus where things would be on the screen, what would go where, etc. Once I finished with wireframing, that's when I started to create things on Adobe XD. And the first thing I'll show you is Scandinavian workspaces. This was a quick exercise which I was set through Skillshare. And rather than just creating one layout, what I decided to do was to experiment, and that's why I created this layout as well. In terms of which one works better, that's mainly down to interpretation, but there's quite a lot of emphasis when it comes to font, the color palette, white space, stuff like that. Next we have the Ford Companion app. This was made on Adobe XD using an iPhone 10 template. First screen shows you some information about the car, such as where it's located, its fuel range, the car temperature, and stuff like that. Second screen shows you some of the commands which you can use via the app, such as sounding the horn, flashing your lights, and opening the trunk. Next, we have my fan-made posters for a band called Lani, which I saw during my placement. These ones were using some of the lyrics from their songs. And I also made these ones as well. And as can be seen, there's like a clear connection between the two styles of posters because they have the same gradients, the same font weight and stuff like that. Clear connection. And next we have my McLaren page, which I did as well, showing you some bits of information about the 570S Coupe, such as its top speed, how fast it goes from 0 to 60, max horsepower, and then on the right we have a small video showing you some of the features about the car and stuff like that. Finally, we have my last project, which was the longest one. It probably took me around 2 weeks to complete, which was to create a few screens for like a reminder app, which I ended up calling Task Buddy. As you can see, there's quite a lot of progress made, and like I probably wouldn't have been able to create a screen like this, I'd say 4 months ago. So thanks to my brother, like I've managed to create these 3 screens. This one's the sign up page. This one's the main page, which shows you how many tasks are remaining, your upcoming tasks, your percentage, which tasks you've completed, and high priority tasks. Your friends list, so like if you wanted to contact your friend about like a specific task and stuff, then you can. Your calendar, so if you swipe left or right, that changes your day, shows you some other tasks which are assigned to that day. And lastly, the statistics page shows you how much percentage you've completed in your month, your different categories when it comes to your tasks, such as family, uni, work, life, emergency, and priorities. And yeah, that's all I have to show when it comes to my work. And finally, like if you want to follow me on Instagram, then you can follow me at HBUCA Creative. And I post some of my placement work on here. Like I've also posted some work which I created on my platforms, such as this redesign of like a children's book. And yeah, feel free to follow me. Hope you've enjoyed this presentation and I hope you've learned a lot, and thank you very much for listening.